Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Genex, and thank you for yesterday.
Well, you're very welcome. Good morning.
You want me to announce what you did?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So that more people can come to you.
It's called Mommy. Oh, because you told me that
yesterday. No, short girl. No, short woman. I said, well, you're a guy. You're always like...
not for too long. I told you guys I missed you guys.
Well, even if you go for 2 days, we're always happy when you come back.
Yes,
welcome.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you look lovely.
Thank you.
Beautiful woman. Good morning. Rufy on fire.
Pepper.
How is it this morning?
We're good.
Somebody said, don't say show wakpa to Dr. but say share wakpa. I love Yoruba language. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you viewers. Let's begin what's trending with reactions following the train derailment that left 6 passengers injured while traveling from Abuja to Kaduna. On Tuesday, the Nigerian Railway Corporation temporarily suspended all train services on the Abuja to Kaduna line after the incident. The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau confirmed that the train derailed at Kilometre 49 between Kwaba and Asham stations. The NSIB immediately deployed a team to the site to gather evidence and commence an investigation. Well, here is a video from one of the passengers who was in a coach near the front of the train when the derailment occurred.
I was even in the last coach. I didn't know what was happening. I was in the last coach close to the engine.
Okay. Wait, this is our coach.
Can you imagine?
Make it to clamp here.
I was just hearing the noise. I couldn't...
You know what is happening?
Yes, I was in the cubicle safe. Until he came to a halt. I came down, I saw the whole coach scattered, everybody on the floor.
My brother.
Well, this was a sad incident yesterday. In a statement posted on X, President Bola Tinubu reacted to the incident, saying, "Even while in Brazil, I have received reports of today's Abuja-Kaduna train derailment. I'm deeply saddened by this incident. My heartfelt prayers are with the injured, their families, and all passengers who went through this distressing experience. I'm staying updated on the latest developments and await a full briefing to ensure swift action and support for all affected. The NRC is already addressing the situation, and necessary steps are expected to be taken to prevent similar occurrences in the future." And I'd like to take some, tweets from social media users. And if you can pull up that tweet from Shehu Sani, who wrote, "The Abuja train that derailed today is a direct result of negligence by the authorities concerned. For months, passengers have repeatedly complained about their experience on the track, but were ignored. The expansive bush between Kaduna and Abuja is not a place to be treated lightly." Well, IBK wrote, "I boarded the same train on Monday, and I noticed it shaking at some points. That means this issue has lingered, and the government there knows about it. But will they fix it before casualties?" You know the answer. And we know the answer because this has been going on, like some ex-users have stated, for months, Rufai.
So, yes, and at a point in time like this, we should all stand together. A very sad one, but we're happy that we are not mourning. We're not having like a disastrous incident, but we shouldn't stretch these things. Once users complain, we should be able to look at these things and not patch anything. So the buck stops on the desk of our very good friend. You know, he's a very firm member of this table. What's his name now? OjyOkpe. Yeah. He's a very good friend of this table since he assumed that position. So he will need a lot of explanation to do. But secondly, you know, when it comes to accidents like this and incidents, I don't always like to talk until I get the report from the Accident Investigation Bureau. So they have said that they're going to do a comprehensive work on it. I think the Accident Investigation Bureau released their report that they're going to do a comprehensive work on it. Let's see what even led to the train derailment in the first place before we start to speak to the issues in the first place. But if customers are complaining about neglect, it is something we should be able to look at. That's just all I'm going to say.
I mean, this is a big point that you have just made. Well, before I come to you, Dr. Abati, I'd like to take this story in the same vein. Well, in a tragic development this past weekend in Lagos, several fans of the musician Seyi Vibez reportedly lost their lives in a series of car crashes on the Third Mainland Bridge. The incident is believed to have occurred when some fans leaving the artist's concert began racing on the bridge. A video now circulating on social media captures the devastating aftermath, showing vehicles that have collided, flipping over, and being severely damaged as onlookers gather at the scene. Well, let's take a look at this footage before we come back for a discussion.
God, no day. I wait you moto. Ọmọ, see God, mo gbé. Wọ́n láwọn ti kú lọ níbi eléyìí wèrè. Wọ́n ti kú lọ bí wèrè. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni.
This is really a tragic incident. Dr. Bati, while the incident reportedly took place on Sunday, neither the artist, Seyi Vibez, nor the event organizers have released an official statement. This silence has prompted some fans to call on the singer and organizers to address the tragedy and to use this unfortunate event to advocate for safer behavior among concert goers in the future. Dr. Bati.
Okay, very quickly. The Third Mainland Bridge, to start with, is not a motor racing arena. It is for just basic transportation. And I think that the authorities must make this very clear to young Nigerians that, look, there is speed limit. Maybe they have not put it on the Third Mainland Bridge, but in other parts of the world, there are speed limits. The roads have not been renovated, particularly in this particular instance, so that young people can go there and commit suicide. Now, when people go to concerts, we also have to look at the issue of drug abuse, alcohol abuse, substance abuse. What tramadol will cause in this country and the other kind of substances that they take. How can some young persons go to a concert and then they leave in the early hours of the day and they think that the next thing for them is to do motor racing on Third Mainland Bridge? And then tragedy results and all of us are oohing and eyeing. No, we should condemn the bad behavior of the people who were trying to commit suicide by engaging in excessive behavior and by damaging public property. They may have had accidents, some of them may have, been injured, some of them may have died, but their injury is self-inflicted. As for Seyi Vibez and the organizers of the concert, well, at the level of empathy, they can empathize, but I do not think that Seyi Vibez, had this concert and was hoping that there will be an accident by, people, driving recklessly away from the scene of the concert. The concert was successful. It ended well. People were supposed to go there to their homes, peacefully. They are not supposed to say because they attended concert, then they will go and commit suicide. So we must separate these issues. Now, as for the issue of the railway, there's this popular saying that the word swallows response. That, the matter is so heavy that how do you respond to it?
I don't know.
Now, that same Ashram station, 1 year ago, there was a train incident there. Almost exactly 1 year later, there's another train incident. Because as people had observed, that track had not been fixed properly. So we had to wait for a whole year for the tragedy to repeat itself. Over 618 people were involved. 618 total, or whatever number. But the thing is that there were no fatalities, but people were injured. Those people do not deserve to be injured.
At all.
And the word swallows response. This is rail transportation. Now, this rail transportation is giving us problems. I thought they said they had some Chinese consultants who were managing the process. Mr. OjyOkpe that Rufai referred to is the managing director of Nigerian Railway Corporation. Sorry, he has a PhD. Dr. OjyOkpe. But the thing is about maintaining these tracks and making sure that, there is safety. We have problem with railway transportation. We have problem with airlines. If it is not an issue with passengers, it's, airlines, aircraft going off the runway. Right. The roads are in a bad condition. The road to Umukwata, they have not fixed it.
They fixed
the
some. Bless.
Some.
Don't try my Umukwata. Rufai can identify
the road
that,
to
right?
Worry.
The road
to Umukwata is good.
Okay, the road to Worry.
NDDC fixed that.
Okay, the road to Worry is not in a good shape. The road to Shagamu is not in a good stage.
Right.
So you have all of this. You can't travel by air. You can't travel by rail. You can't even travel by road.
All right.
I think the president of Nigeria should declare an emergency, a national emergency in the transportation sector.
Right. All right then. Well, now let's head over to Bayelsa State now to discuss a shocking video that has gone viral on social media. The footage reportedly shows a female student and a lecturer at the Niger Delta University engaged in a violent altercation in the middle of a lecture hall. Social media reports indicate that the incident began when the lecturer, who is yet to be publicly identified, confronted the student for what he believes was examination malpractice. Well, let's take a look at this video before we come back for a discussion. Ayo, you look so shocked. I was shocked watching this video. It started circulating yesterday. And further reports indicate that the physical altercation began after the student refused to comply with the lecturer's request to leave the examination hall. The video has sparked widespread debate online about students' conduct, a lecturer's authority, and the appropriate way to handle such disputes. As of now, we have not received an official statement from the university administration regarding this incident, and you are seeing this sort of abuse, because is that the right way to handle a student, even if, I don't...
There's so many things wrong with that video. I'm trying not to be shocked by what we see coming out of Nigeria. Yesterday I was shocked at, obviously, that was worth being shocked at. But now again today, many things. But a lot of things wrong with this. In the first instance, when you hear that a student and a lecturer had a brawl in a university examination hall, as a result of, according to reports, eyewitness reports, they say that she was asked to leave the hall as a result of malpractice, and he took her phone and she wanted her phone back. I remember the incident of Comfort and the phone on the plane as well. So this thing around phone seizures and a lack of respect for authority, I think this is what it is. We have a challenge with respect for authority and respect for constituted authority. Allow me to use that word. But this can also be as a result of the fact that authority in itself does not conduct itself to earn respect. Look at the actions of the lecturer, for instance, where he resorted to headbutting a female student as a result of her refusal to look at her. He's actually punching her. This is the same. It's similar to what happened with the airplane and the passenger, whereby a wrongdoing, the response to a wrongdoing is so terrible that you are no longer able to even face the wrongdoing. You now face the person who is trying to correct the wrongdoing. In this case, the lecturer and the student. A sane way to have done it. In the past, in many, in Nigeria, lecturers in university are seen as almost demigods, not because of the fact that they instill fear in their students, but just because of the way they conduct themselves and the way that they are regarded, not just in Nigeria, but across the world. And so to see him having to go into fist fight with the student is an actual problem in our society. One thing I'd like to see is an investigation. If this girl or this young lady is found guilty for what she's accused of, absolutely to face the consequences for that. Then I also think the lecturer should come before a panel as to discuss his conduct. I wonder why a lecturer would begin to hit, slap, but we know how we see these things happen in different places. Jungle justice is one of the problems that we have. We just want to take matters into our own hands and fight. I just want to say this as well, that this "who do you know who I am?" lack of respect for rules, regulation, authority is becoming a problem. And as we are declaring a state of emergency on the state of our transportation, maybe we should declare a state of emergency on the state of our morals, on our values, on our family life in Nigeria, because there's a problem right there. And we see it exhibited in many ways, including how we conduct ourselves in public, how we resort to violence at every slight provocation, and how it seems like nobody wants to have common sense in the country anymore.
Absolutely. Well said, Ayo. I mean, talking about declaring a state of emergency in Nigeria, I'll just take our good news report before we discuss further. We'll take our good news report now. In an act of remarkable philanthropy, popular Nigerian comedian and skit maker Sabinus, whose real name is Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Ejeku, has taken on the role of a private citizen developer constructing a major public road in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Well, the road project has earned Sabinus widespread praise on social media platforms for his contributions to community development without government assistance. The road, which is located in the Obininketa Ali Agwo area of Port Harcourt, has been in a state of despair. Sabinus took to social media to share progress videos of the ongoing construction showing the transformation of the previously dilapidated street into a new paved road.
Jesus, for making today a better day.
Slow down the road, slow down. Smooth. Drainage done. Keep drainage. You feel am? Show them. Let them see am. Show them.
I see some people wanna crush me down. They can never stop me now. I can Jesus.
I mean, this is such a laudable cause. Rufai, while many have hailed his efforts as a commendable display of corporate social responsibility, others have questioned the role of the government and why a private individual must step in to provide essential public infrastructure. The discussion has sparked a renewed debate about government accountability and the need for officials to fulfill their promises to the public. Rufi on fire.
And this is Rivers State, where some people claim they did a lot of roads.
I know those people.
In Rivers State.
Yes.
And the state generates a lot in revenue.
Yes.
And the state is one of the oil baskets of Nigeria, if you know what I mean. And it takes investor Sabinus to be able to do this. In fact, some people say maybe he's doing skit. I don't think this is skit.
No.
I think this is a citizen that is responding to the challenges we have in the country. And why will this not happen? It will happen because we have a government that is far away from the hopes and the aspirations of the people. The question is, that road, where is the local government around that area? What do they do? What do all of them do? And it comes back. Ayo, you were asking a question that we need to have a national dialogue on morality. Let's start from our state of emergency. Let's start from our leaders.
Yes.
True.
Let's start from our leaders with a lot of the things they do in public. I mean, you see some leaders, the way they speak in public in this country.
In Anambra State, don't forget
so that's the leadership you have for you, because the leadership permeates into the following. See, all you just need to fix Nigeria is a very good titular head that will condemn corruption in entirety, not the person that will go on to Brazil and say corruption is no longer existent, when you know that till today we've not heard what really happened to the humanitarian minister in this country. There are many cases there, and they say corruption is gone, just like subsidy.
I got a feedback about that corruption story, though. I was told that it had to do with the fact that the removal of subsidy had taken away the corruption. That's the feedback that I got.
Removal of subsidy.
Yes, there's no more corruption because of the removal of subsidy.
There's no more corruption. But NNPC, we are looking for the 3 billion that they used to fix refinery from the NNPC. Anyway, EFCC have been collecting the money back most more. But secondly, as regards that, I'm even shocked that a teacher needs to, or a lecturer needs to find an invigilator. What I know about invigilating, I've invigilated some exams. What I know is that as an invigilator, you are given the right to be able to have a report. If somebody is cheating, all you need to do is to go there, mark the person's name and their matric number, and you write your report, and you send it to the authorities that set the examination. So the report of the invigilator is always with the answer script. So when they are marking, they will see that, oh, XYZ cheated. And the marker will use their discretion to subtract the kind of marks they want to. Or some invigilators, in fact, will just write cheated on the screen, but I don't think that's decent. You just need to mark the person's name and the matric number. So the level of getting into a fisticuff as regards bring your phone and no, if somebody is cheating an exam or you invigilate, you just look at them. Yeah. All you need to do is to mark their name and matric number and write it in your report. You don't need to go and fight with them. So I don't know what transpired. And please, like you said, there's a need for investigation.
Absolutely.
But I'm shocked. Yeah. I mean, every vigilator, after invigilating an exam, has a report.
Yes. We will follow up.
Take matters into
Absolutely.
your hands.
We will follow up on the story. As soon as we get an official statement from the university, I'll bring back the story. This was unacceptable. Well, let's now turn our attention to politics. Following the zoning of the People's Democratic Party's presidential ticket to the south, PDP chieftain Abba Moro has suggested that former presidential candidate Peter Obi and former President Goodluck Jonathan might join the party in the next election. Well, according to Moro, a number of people have been asking both potential candidates to run under the party. Moro spoke on channels stating that there is a possibility for both candidates to join the party. Let's take a look.
And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we are likely going to do, and if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate. So, yeah, some persons are talking to the president, former president, to come and run, and it's a possibility. You recall that in 2015, when President Jonathan, GCFR, wanted to run, there were hues and cries all over the place about the constitutionality of his candidature. But eventually, it was settled even by the court that he was qualified to run, and that is why he ran.
All right, let the race begin. Dr. Vasi, although, President Jonathan has not officially announced his bid to run for next election, he's still with the PDP, isn't he? President Jonathan never left the PDP. So to say that he will join the PDP, is missing the point. Yeah. So he has remained, he has always been a member of the PDP. Yes. It's Mr. Peter Obi who left the PDP to join the Labour Party in the last general elections, and also now is with the ADC. But there are members of the PDP, notably Professor Jerry Ghana, saying that, it would be a good thing for him to come back. Now, what we know is that both Mr. Peter Obi and President Jonathan, they've not spoken, they've not made any comments about whether they are interested in the ticket of the People's Democratic Party. So at this level, all you can be sure of is just permutations, calculations, projections, recommendations by members of the People's Democratic Party, and in the case of President Jonathan, a Northern Alliance that calls itself Bring Back Our Good Luck Group, saying that President Jonathan will be the best bet. But what we can say with certainty is that the People's Democratic Party has now obviously zoned the presidential position to the south. So which means that the PDP is going to field a southern candidate as president. The chairmanship of the party is going to the north. The deputy chairman of the party is going to come from the south-south. The convention of the party is going to hold in Ibadan in November. Ambassador Damagum having been confirmed as the substantive chairman of the party, which automatically, under PDP constitution, gives him the power to conduct a convention. After that elective convention, when a new national executive committee of the party will emerge, there will now be a convention towards 2027 to choose a presidential candidate. So that's the state of play within the PDP. But there are persons also who are arguing that the presidential candidate should come from the north. But it's early days yet. But the political parties, they are getting ready. People are expressing their views. Senator Abba Moro, where I don't know which particular camp that he belongs to, but he served under the President Jonathan government. But as I said, all the names that have been mentioned, they will need to confirm that they are interested.
and then the process will be something all of us will watch.
Well said, Dr. Abati, well said. Shall we now turn our attention to Akwa Ibom State to highlight this video featuring Governor Pastor Umo Eno calling himself the Golden Governor, a term he's using to show support for people with albinism while remembering his own struggles with the condition. Last week, at an event to promote sustainable development and inclusivity under his administration's Arise agenda, the governor shared the difficulties he faced growing up, including being bullied, body shamed, and rejected. He recounted how he was even mocked during his gubernatorial campaign, with some people saying that they did not want an albino as their governor. After overcoming these personal challenges, Governor Umo Eno made a commitment to honor and recognize people with albinism. Let's take a look.
They are golden people, and they have a golden governor. When we started this campaign, some people who did not have what to say, they said they did not want an albino governor. Do you remember? Then my dear wife came up and said, to them you may be an albino, but to me you are my golden boy. They will not give us a chance in the past. They will body shame us. They will call us names. They will not let us come to the public. But today, God has brought us out. So anywhere I see any of them, I must recognize them.
This was so beautiful to watch, Ayo. Kudos to Governor Umo Eno. We know that albinism is a genetic condition characterized by a lack of melanin in the skin, hair, and eyes. It is common across Nigeria and affects people of all ages. Governor Umo Eno is now using his platform to encourage inclusion and empathy for those with the condition. At the event, he also disbursed 239 million naira in cash and equipment to about 476 beneficiaries through the Arise Agenda scheme. I mean, this is such a good
video
news.
to make me smile.
Yes, I mean, to make everybody smile.
You
yes.
want a short comment?
It should know.
Let me just
and I hope
say,
it will be short, Dr.
Governor Pastor. When they're giving us bad news,
yes.
they should look at the good ones that are doing
I
good
love
things. But let me just say that it's really heartwarming to say the golden name actually came from his wife. He said that when he was running for election and people were making fun of him that they don't want an albino governor to say, his wife said, you might be an albino to them out there, but you're my golden boy inside. And he gave that story. Of course, he lost his wife on very sadly last year. And it's so good to see him now use what was, something that people used to mock him to now use it to empower others. That's such a powerful figure. When you see people who are going through certain, perhaps, disabilities or conditions that you have, now use it and then are a model for that. I hope you can also send a signal to Nigeria. We need more inclusion. If you look at our election numbers, our groups that are marginalized don't get representation at the highest level of governance, whether it be women, whether it be people living with disabilities, whether it be people, just different things. We're a bit intolerant to that as a nation. So when we have someone who is at this level of power, be able to use his influence to bring more awareness, enlightenment to this group of people, then I'm very happy about that. Thank you so much, Governor Umo.
Thank you, Governor Umo.
Congratulations. Is simply this, to congratulate the Albino Foundation and its president, Mr. Jake Ekpele, who is a very good friend of the House. And that Albino Foundation has been very strong in terms of advocacy, that albinos are human beings. They have rights under the Constitution. They do not deserve to be marginalized, whether in politics or in business. Right. And here you have the governor of Akwa Ibom State identifying with that community and saying, look, I'm a golden boy like you people. And see, if I can rise to the level of a governor, every golden boy or golden girl in Nigeria can rise to every level. And what the governor has done, very boldly, confidently, is to attack stigma,
yes, absolutely.
Attack discrimination. The Constitution of Nigeria, Section 42, says that nobody should be discriminated against. But albinos suffer under peculiar circumstances. One, And it's not only in Nigeria, in Malawi, in Tanzania, in East Africa generally, Uganda. They think albinos have supernatural powers, and they should be captured for ritual killing.
Yes,
because every part of an albino can make you a rich man.
That is in Tanzania, right?
In Tanzania,
I know
and Malawi, and also in Asia and even China. They are rejected as children. And even elsewhere, they are discriminated against. So what we're saying is that this must be an inclusive society.
I love
Whether you are albino, whatever the pigmentation of your skin,
I love it.
you belong to this community. And Governor Umo Eno has done very well to give golden Nigerians golden opportunities.
Well said, well said. Kudos, kudos, kudos to Governor Pastor Umo Eno. Well done. Shall we head over to Brazil now, where the landmark bilateral air service agreements between Nigeria and Brazil is being hailed as a major win for the nation's aviation industry. The CEO of Air Peace, Alan Onyema, has expressed his appreciation for President Bola Tinubu's administration for facilitating the deal. Onyema, whose airline has been designated to operate the new route, described the agreement as a significant milestone that will boost economic ties and reduce travel time between the two countries from over 24 hours to just about 7. He confirmed that Air Peace will commence commercial operations with 3 weekly flights by late November or December of 2025, adding that a direct link is crucial for unlocking the full economic potential between Africa and Latin America.
Well, first of all, for the aviation industry, you have to thank Mr. President, President Bola Tinubu, for his shuttles have proven to be very, very advantageous to the Nigerian nation. This is one of those shuttles, trying to create a Nigeria for the future, whereby some of these agreements are reached and signed for the benefit and the advantage of our nation, Nigeria. It's been an aberration that up to this moment, nobody has deemed it fit to talk about air connectivity between the two countries. This is the only thing that can open both countries up to each other. So we thank Mr. President. It means a lot for both countries. It means a lot for us Nigerians. It means a lot for us in the aviation sector, because this is the capacity we are looking for. When we have opportunities like this, we embrace those opportunities for the benefit of our people. Thousands of jobs are going to be created. Thousands of opportunities are going to be created between both countries. Therefore, we are very thankful to Mr. President for making this happen today.
Wow, congratulations to Air Peace, really. I know that there's a picture story floating, a number of cabinet ministers along with the chairman of Air Peace, Alan Onyema. In this photo story appeared in the official test flight from Brazil to Lagos, Nigeria, officially marking the commencement of the BASA deal between Nigeria and Brazil just this Wednesday morning. I believe they are coming back. We see the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, Aviation Minister, Festus Keyamo there, Jumoke Aduwole, of course, the Culture Minister, Anatu Musawa, and the Defense Minister, Badaru, as well in this photo op, as we see. A quick comment before we end.
Congratulations to Air Peace, a big congratulations to Nigeria. I want to say that this is the kind of thing we want to see from trips abroad by the President. We often talk about follow-through when we sign MOUs, but talk about hitting the ground running. By the announcement was made, we talked about it yesterday. By this morning, a test flight was done. According to Air Peace, they are looking at 3 flights per week in initial sense, and later on they will increase the number. I just want to say that we look at this as an opportunity for businesses in Nigeria to grow and to see opportunities for us when we go to sign deals with other countries. So really proud of the work they're doing. More expansion, more life, and of course, more employment opportunities for Nigeria and Nigerians.
Well, fantastic. We'd like to thank, of course, President Bola Tinubu, like Alan Onyema has said, for facilitating this deal. And of course, again, kudos to the Air Peace team. We'll take our final story now under entertainment. Grammy Award-winning star Burna Boy made a guest appearance at Coldplay's sold-out Music of Spares World Tour at Wembley Stadium in London on Saturday, August 23rd. He joined the band to perform their collaboration, We Pray, in front of the massive 90,000 capacity crowd. Let's take a look.
I know somewhere that heaven is waiting, so we pray. I know somewhere there's something amazing, so we pray. I know somewhere we'll feel no pain until we make it to the end of the day. head is a frightening place. Keep a smiling face only by this grace. Cause love's more than I can take. Yeah. And so we pray. And so we pray. And so we pray. We'll be singing Barbara again till nobody's in need and everybody's safe. So we make it. We pray. We pray. We pray. Thank you, Mr. Burna Boy, the best in the world, man. Thank you, Eliana. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
This was so beautiful. I mean, Odogu Burna, always making Nigeria proud. And the Coldplay concert has been, they've been touring Coldplay and
apart
people.
From Burna Boy,
Yes.
the glory was for Nigeria because Ira Star actually opened the concert. She played them that night. She had a full-length performance.
Yes.
She's been touring with Coldplay.
Yes.
And it's a very good one just to see great acts like this.
It's beautiful. I mean, our diamonds. These are our diamonds. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on what's trending. Again, congratulations. Odogu Burna. Well, that's all I have for you guys on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.
So we pray.